Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the last time this season, it's Division 2, round number 18. Avak, please. You're on mute. Sorry, we've got a little bit of a... You ruined my start. Anyway, we'll start again. We've got Avak in the comms box. We will be talking to him very shortly for Team of the Week. But we are back with Division 2, round 18, the finale. And I have brought the best to last. No offense to Rekus, he's a great commentator, but this man has been with me for a long time. George, welcome back, my friend, for the last one of Division 2. You're focused, engaged. That is absolutely fantastic to hear. I'm sure, sorry to disappoint you. Obviously, with the grid turnout tonight of 12 drivers, I don't think they like China, or I think that they're just fed up now that their season is done and dusted. But it's not done and dusted, George. Earlier on, we had Division 1 yesterday. We had Division 4 today. And the overalls, it was 56 points from Aston Martin to McLaren. Obviously, Aston Martin did not... they obviously did not race yesterday, so it was just Aston Martin and Ferrari. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But we do have the constructors, which is Ferrari and Williams. Who is going to take that? It is hardly anything in it. It is literally 344 to 350. But Ferrari have 2 drivers, Williams have 1, and there's only 12 on the grid. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna see. Can we still hear anyone else? Anyone hear you? No, I don't know what's going on there. Advat, can you talk away to see if we can hear you? Because we are going to bring you in for the Team of the Week interview for round 17. I just want to see if we can hear you. So jump. Can we hear you, Advat? Are you there? Can we hear Advat? Just want to make sure that we can hear Advat. No. Okay. What I might do is delete, just stop it and then bring it back. 2 secs. Is that working now? Yeah, can we hear Advak now? Right, let me. Uh, is it working? Please say nope. Okay. It might just be your end. Hang on, let me just try something quickly. Sorry, having technical glitches. Lovely. Just on a 2-hour stream, and then we have technical glitches. Great. No dramas. Right, let's try. Let's try that. Go, and then. Right, is that working?
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
I'm not hearing anything at the moment. Can anyone let me know? Are we hearing?
Testing.
Hello.
Testing.
We can hear now. We're all good. We're all good live. Yep.
Yeah, I just heard myself
there
on
we
screen.
go.
I think we're good.
Okay.
We're finally good. We're
Thank
finally
you,
there.
George.
Well done, SJ.
I'm getting hot and bothered and sweaty and all sorts. All right, Aardvark, we'll bring you in for a couple of 5 minutes while qualifying's going on. You've had an absolutely fantastic 3 weeks, let's say, as a TP. I think it may be a little bit out of reach now, but we can wait and see. Anything can happen in F1. Tell us about Canada, and also tell us about the last 2 weeks and where this form's come from.
It's just practice, man. The team shows up for every practice session. The team knows how to control the car on track. They know what it's like to face the dirty air. They understand the strategy for that track. And so every driver in Alpine's doing their absolute best every day. So it's just been a bit of practice for everyone, and everyone performing to the best of their ability, and that's what's caused us to get 3-time team of the week and consecutive as well.
Yeah, and obviously people are probably going to be looking back. You may be looking back at this season thinking, oh, what if we had another driver in that China race for Division 4? You've got Broadstar and Isaac Monero tonight. Broadstar's been on great form. Very disappointed last week in Canada on that performance. He was not happy. He made that very clear. He's had a fantastic season. There was a few issues where I think he'd retired early and he didn't need to retire, and there's probably some learning capabilities there. No oblivion tonight. He's obviously won the race. He's won the championship. We've got Ferrari and Williams. They're fighting out for constructors. Is it still possible for Alpine to take the overalls from what's happened tonight in Division 4?
Probably not. The high chance we're just looking at P2 in the championship. So yeah, that's pretty much all we're looking at the moment.
Even though you finish in P2, that is an absolute fantastic performance after you've taken over. And we can't take this away. I'm not going to take this away. Terence is a fantastic guy, great human being, and was a great TP. But he obviously wanted to make the changes. You came in, you've made the changes, you've done what you needed to. You've done a fantastic job with Wintercat. I'll take my hat off to you, mate. That guy, he's turned into the next Max Verstappen, and if he continues, he's going to get even better. And he's very young, so he's got so much potential. If you're TP next season, we don't know. Up and down, we'll find out on awards night. Do you reckon that if it's not possible, it doesn't happen this season, it could happen again next season, and you could take out more championships and more constructors, and be a very, very successful TP in Rush?
Yeah, I reckon I could if I have the ability to choose who I want and to go from the start of the season and not pull up on, I think it was round 12 or 13 when Coda was, and just pull up and then miraculously say, all right, fine, here, this is what we're going to do. If I can do that from round 1, I reckon I have a real shot at the overalls.
Definitely. And I'm gonna touch base with George on that. George knows that drivers coming in early and TP's coming in early. It's going to be even better if Aardvark is TP next season, George, to continue and build from this team with this force that he's proven in the last 3 weeks.
I think momentum is absolutely key. And when you build a good culture in a team, you're motivating drivers, you're motivating people to actually do the work. And clearly the culture that you've been building within the team has been very effective, and people are responding to that. So, take that momentum, you take it through the holidays and whatever you end up doing with it in the new year. I do wish you the best of luck with it. It sounds like you're on a bit of a winning streak and a winning pattern.
Yeah, like we don't win every week. We don't win a race every week, but we have been winning team of the week, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because the higher up in the championship order, the better it is for us at the end of the day. Wins aren't everything, but points are.
Excellent. I'm not going to ask you to reveal your secrets as a team lead, but what is the secret ingredient the public secret ingredient that you think has made it work this season?
I know many people seem to think that it doesn't, but practice.
Excellent. That's right. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah,
Good
practice
stuff.
makes
Well done.
perfect.
Definitely. Aardvark, it's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully, this won't be the last interview that we have with you. And all the best for the last race in the season and with your team in the finale.
Yeah, thank you. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the race.
Thanks, mate. Okay, right. As we know, Team of the Week interviews do happen each week, and Aardvark's done it 3 times in a week. Fantastic start here. But George, let's get on to qualifying. 7 minutes to go. Russian Robot taking pole position with a 32.098. Broadstar 32.2. A double Alpine after we've just got off VC and having an interview with the Alpine TP. Both of his Alpine drivers are in P2 and P3. What a start for Alpine in Division 2. Yeah, well, we saw earlier on, obviously, Alpine in Division 4 causing a bit of a storm. Obviously, Gangster, the only driver there, then had the 2 McLarens, and obviously that was the fight for the Constructors, but unfortunately F7 spinning and hitting into the Red Bulls earlier on, and also DNFing, that then made it even. And this is probably the same thing. And this has been the problem with Williams. I joined Williams from Alpine, and this has been the problem. Dito's not had that consistency, unfortunately, in some of the divisions. Division 1, for instance, and Division 2. And this is the problem, you're fighting for something at the end. You need that commitment, and it's just not there. And he's not in a bad way. He's banging his head against the wall now because he's on his own. He's putting in great performances, and he wants that P2 position in the championships. And honestly, if we go back to the way Williams were at the beginning, when Dito and Quasi V took each other out in Jeddah, it was all a big meme then for Williams. But now, I think we're 4th in the table. You've got an opportunity to win Constructors in this division. Obviously, Nishka's gone up, some fantastic points in other divisions as well. And also has an opportunity to finish P2. You would never have called it. Oh, not again. Hang on. 2 seconds. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just stop it and I'll start it again. Sorry, I do apologise. I have no idea what's going on here with overlays. What's going on today. Do apologise. Sorry, George. Can we hear you now, my friend? Let's see if we can hear you. Can we hear you now?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hopefully,
Is that working?
ladies and gentlemen, you can now hopefully hear me. Yeah, we've got Discord up on the stream as well. FYI, so probably want to hide that as well. But let us know in chat before I say anything else, SJ. I don't want to say anything else until we know that people can hear me.
Yeah, can we hear now? Anyone let us know? I'm sorry I'm having technical difficulties. I don't normally have these problems. Normally they're pretty, normally nice Discord there, so we
Okay,
can
they can
hear
hear
him.
me.
Thanks, Sebi. No problem, mate. Yep, well, that's the way I do
Shall I
it.
recap?
Yep, you can recap. Go back. 2 minutes to go.
Shall I recap? All right, let me go right from the beginning. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be in here. Good to be back for this final race. China 5.4-kilometer circuit. I've just been talking about how, honestly, I think Dido's concern here is probably just going to be a clean race. He really needs to keep ahead of Watanabe through this. He's second in the Drivers' Championship. Yes, there's potential for getting those extra 6 points that they need for Williams to get ahead of Ferrari. But at the end of the day, given the fact that his teammate's not here today, that's already been kind of curtailed in a number of ways. And that means that really all Spry, Nepples, and Tudor really need to do is finish this race today, as I was saying earlier on. Basically, one DNF from Ferraris could be the cause for Dido to maybe get the points that they need this race. It's going to be a really tricky one for him. I think he's just needs to focus on that Drivers' Championship, though. That may be where his focus is sitting. I was also going to say as well, it is one of those things, compounding situations throughout a season. This is why season driving is so difficult. One-off races, you make a small mistake, you can lose a race, okay, we'll go on to the next one. But those small mistakes, SJ, as you well know, they start to compound over and over, and if you're not able to make it to 1 or 2 races, you find yourself at the end of the season, you're 6 points down, your teammate's not able to make it, and suddenly you're losing potentially a team's title championship for your team.
Yeah, definitely. And those mistakes can happen very easy. And they have happened a lot this season with some teams, which is very unfortunate. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens tonight. Overalls, people are probably going to say that he's Aston Martin's now. Constructors still for fighting. And also, this is the first time that we've seen this season that the season has been decided a lot earlier than normal. 7 seasons, and normally it's gone down to the wire. And you know that from last season with Division 4, Pep, Avon, and Ricardo. So these guys are getting better, and they're going to improve. And we've got to make these drivers improve within the league and not rely on those top drivers at the top. Rely on those drivers that are from the lower leagues, lower divisions, to move them up. And on that note, 31 seconds to go. Ozzy Minero is in pole position. Only 1 at the moment, George, with 31.9.
Yes, indeed. It is a very, very nice time there from Ozzy, and the 31.970 stands strong, but only by 3300th of a second at the moment. It's Dido putting in that P2 time. Everyone now on their final laps as the timer ticks down. 2-0, 10 seconds to go, and so these last laps, you saw everyone warming the tires there on the stream, trying to position themselves nicely to maybe pick up a little bit of the slipstream. Going to be very handy for them in Sector 3 as they go down that long back straight into that final braking zone, which is where Lance Stroll hit Danny Ricciardo. Why I remember China for exactly that, I don't know, but that is how I recall it. I can't help it. Hopefully we don't see that today. That would be ideal. In Roshan in 3rd place for the Mercedes, he's very close as well. So the top 4 there, only separated by a couple of tenths a second. And we're going to see a few drivers coming across the line in a few moments' time. And right now we're on board with it's Dido. Can he take pole position today? That is going to be the key thing for him. He's got purples in some sectors. He's potentially on a very, very good lap.
Yes, a very, very good lap indeed. Are we going to see Ozzy Minero improve? He's gone deep in that last corner. 131.9. It's so close at the moment between him and Dido. This is great news for Alpine. 1 in P1 and 1 down in P6. Can Ozzy Minero? He's invalidated. He's done. Dido has got a massive chance to take pole position here. Can he get it? Can he take it? Or is Russian going to cause a problem? Coming into the final corner, Dido crossing the line. No, yes he does!
He's done it!
131.8. What does Russian do? Russian is 3 tenths up. He's going to take pole position, I think, away from Dido. This is insane for the Mercedes driver. Yes, he does! 31.6. What about Wonton? That's his favourite track. Is he going to cause a problem? Or is he done? He looks like he's done. He's got 86%. Wonton's favourite track, ladies and gentlemen. If you hated China, blame the man in the Aston Martin and the TP. But look at that. 3 different pole winners there. Ozzy Minero, Dido, then Russian Robot. What an end to Q qualifying for Division 2.
Yeah, I thought it was completely Dito's game there for that one. Aussie making that mistake, cutting the corner at the last corner as well to invalidate the lap. It still would have been valid, but he knew that he had to try and find absolutely every bit of time he could because of that lockup at the second to last corner into the hard braking zones. That really unsettled him. But Roshan then just comes out of the woodwork, says, hello, we're going to be here, and I'm going to put Mercedes on pole position. And the 6 is a statement, 0.2 of a second ahead, and only 0.4 covering the top 4. It is 6 different constructors in the top 6. You love to see it, SJ, and also Joyfuls. Yeah, you have to remind me. You have to remind me, mate.
Yeah, I can't remember, unfortunately.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I can't remember everyone. There's over 400
but I'll
drivers.
never forget Lance Stroll hitting Ricardo. Sorry, folks, that's how it is.
I don't think you'll ever forget. I don't think you'll ever forget the Division 4 race in
I will
China.
never forget Division 4.
Last season.
All joking aside, that was extremely special, a highlight. And I've done a lot of commentary in a lot of places, but over the course of the season, maybe not the most exciting individual race I've been involved in, but certainly in terms of a title decider, after 20 weeks to come down to that final race with 5 drivers, 3 teams, I've never seen something like it, and that's what you get at Rush Racing.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, I appreciate that. That was a fantastic season. And George, I'm going to let you take away the start of this race. How is it going to go going into turn 1? It's going to be very interesting. It's the hardest part of the track of China, and it's going to be the one that we're going to see wheel-to-wheel racing very early on. The question is, will Roshan be able to take and can control the field going into that, leading it into turn 1. Going to be very similar tonight when we see Max and Lando go into turn 1 in Abu Dhabi. Is it going to be the same again? Is it going to be deja vu? Or is it going to be... We'll have to wait and see. Over to you, George.
Here we go. 5 lights are on. And we're racing for the final time in Division 2. Good launch there by Dido, and he's going to have potentially a really good inside run. Yes, he does. So ahead of Roshan, right at the beginning of the race. They're going side by side at the back as we head through this Kung Fu symbol, this yin-yang symbol here, an attack back from Roshan. Can he make it happen around the outside? No, Dido's got that inside line, and he's got the traction. A beautiful start from him. Sees him move up directly into the lead of this race. Behind them, Aussie leads Broadster, leads Spry, but there's Alpines going side by side at the beginning of this race. They're not looking to do anything risky today. Or are they? I think they're going racing today. Broadster moves up, a nice inside move there as we head through Sector 2 for the first time. A little bit of progress by the Ferraris up to P5 for Spry, but two-door nowhere to be seen at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic start there for Dido at the front, getting Roshan off the line there. Great start as well for the Alpines and P3, P4. They'll want that position to be. Williams are ahead of the Ferrari at the moment, so 25 points to P5 and P9. Is it going to be enough? The question is, two-door just needs to finish in the points, and they may clinch the Constructors. It is going to be tight here. It's going to be relying on Dido, depending on where Spry finishes or two-door. That is the biggest thing at the moment. Alpine are ahead of the Aston Martins in P7 and P8. So a great start to there. Very good start for everyone on lap 1 and at 20. We are seeing a little bit of a mixture of strategies there with two-door and Cooper Bot on the hard compound tyres and every single person on the mediums. But look at Dido and Roshan. They are trying to pull away from the Alpine of Broadstar at 7.5 temps, and Roshan is sticking to the back of that Williams at the moment. We'll have to wait and see as we see Wonton trying to get the move done on Zenitsu. Does get the move done up into P6. Now going to push on to the Ferraris. And the best thing about this, what we're seeing is, George, is the people that are going for the overalls are the ones in the way. Look, Spry, a Wonton, Ferrari versus Aston. And then we've got Williams versus Ferrari in the Constructors, and also Alpine beating the overall leaders of Aston. It is absolutely cinematic and cinema at the moment on lap 2 out of 20 in Division 2.
Yeah, let's get the vignette around. Let's get this thing. Let's get this thing on the reels and then get it produced and put onto the big screen. Well, it is on the big screen right now. Depends on the kind of screen you're watching on. But yeah, certainly Watanabe making this attack now on Spry is going to be absolutely crucial. And Dido's going to be looking at those timing boards and thinking, you know what? if Watanabe can actually have a really good race today, that really helps him out at the end of the day. Roshan's going to be potentially going for another attack here. DRS, of course, enabled now here on lap 2. So looks like Spry's going to try and go defensive. Watanabe is going to look for a move on the outside. No, the inside. And he's going to have a little bit of contact between the two. They're right there next to each other. Hard defense from Spry, and he's made it work. He's going to have the inside line into the last corner, and Watanabe will have to attack again. He might have a chance here to undercut and go into turn 1 and maybe make a little bit of a maneuver around the outside. This is bringing Zenitsu into the picture, and this two-way fight rapidly becoming a three-way fight. Watanabe goes through, and that's a clean move into turn 1.
Yeah, great bit of racing there from Spry and Wanton at the moment. If anyone does want to do some mathematics at the moment and find out if Williams are going to take it or Ferrari going to take it, then please let me know. Ferrari and P6 at the moment. Look at our point system, and Ferrari and P10. Dito, 25 points at the moment, and also no, doesn't get the fastest lap. So if anyone wants to do some mathematics for us tonight in the stream, there's 20 of you, then feel free to join and let me know so we can keep an eye out on who's going to take the Constructors. Currently, at the moment, the Constructors stand...
Oh, Roshan!
Oh, Roshan's gone into the wall! Absolute drama there for the Mercedes. Down into P10. Dino is in prime position now. 1.2 second gap to Broadstar. This is absolutely amazing news for Dino in that Williams, but we know what Broadstar's like. We know he's got pace in that Alpine. The question is Roshan going to be able to come back and try and get back into the points there? Massive, massive drama there for the Mercedes. At 344 to 350 is the score. Ferrari leading it by 350, Williams 344. So if you're good at maths, work it out and let me know how the Constructors is looking at where the Ferrari are positioned and where the Williams are positioned. Back to you, George.
Key moment there for Roshan, of course, as you know, through the end of sector 2, just got loose, a little bit too much accelerator. The car started to oversteer, and he wasn't able to correct it, unfortunately. Now, the concern here for Dito is that brings the Ferrari of Spry back into the picture and puts them up into P6. So I do wish anyone doing the math, please do the math, but I do wish you good luck. Maybe make a spreadsheet so you can update it rapidly throughout the next 16 laps, because I get the feeling that things are going to change quite a bit in the next 16 laps. So keep an eye on Spry. He's 0.6 of a second down from Zenitsu. So this is not over, but actually Ricciardo is now making a charge. So he's doing the Ricciardo at the moment, not only on the battery, but through the field too. And he's coming up on the back of the Ferrari now. He's got Sebi right behind him in the Racing Bull, so kind of giving him a little bit of wind in his sails and telling him you got to get a move on. And if this Ferrari is going slow, it may be time to overtake him sooner rather than later. Little wiggle under braking there for Ricciardo. So he's pushing this car hard, and that's exactly what he needs to do. Aston Martin could be really putting a cork, I would say, literally onto the party that Ferrari might be having at the end of this race.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Dynasty coming in with some stats, but he's got it wrong, so we'll wait for him to get it right. There we go. Williams are up by 2 as it stands. So Williams will take the Constructors if it stays the same. But I'll tell you something, they need to watch out for this man in the Aston, the TP that is leading the way in the overalls. This is his favourite track. He loves China. He has into P4. He started in P8. He's made up 4 spots. He's the biggest mover apart from Broadstar on the grid, and he is making up. He is making moves on left, right, and centre. I definitely believe at any track he wants this one, but he has got a little bit of a gap there. 3 seconds to the leader of Dito. Dito in control of this race, in very good control, because it's only 2.4 seconds to him and Broadstar. So he's at the DRS. He's got no worries at the moment unless anything happens later on in this race. Dito in control, lap 5 out of 20. Roshan, though, has gone into the pits, gone onto those hards, 30 seconds back from number 1 Swift. So not the night for the Mercedes driver, but as it stands, Williams are up by 2. You've heard it, George. Williams are winning the Constructors as it stands.
That's huge, and especially considering there are 2 Ferrari drivers on the grid. And with Roshan dropping out there, it really puts an opportunity for Watanabe to just get up a little bit closer. But the big opportunity, like I said, this is I don't know if Dito's been seeing a medium or a spiritual guide or something, if he's done some prayers this morning, because I tell you, the divine is certainly looking his way and saying, you know what, you're going to have a good day today. 3 seconds the gap, especially through Sector 2, SJ. I've been noticing Dito is super, super quick through there. I don't know if it's because he's using more of the grip of the car or he's just quicker in that section, but the Alpines are actually a bit worried right now because look, here comes Watanabe. Mozzie is going to be under a lot of pressure in a few moments time. Watanabe wants it, he's going to get it, he's got one position, he could be getting two in a couple of corners time.
Oh, he's gone for the move. He's gone to the right-hand side. He's keeping the line. He knows what to do here. He's got Ozzy Minero, and he may... Oh, and he's got... Oh, they're going to go side by side. They're the Alpine. It's all going on. Oh, it's it again. You can't have this on the last race. You've got to have this on the last race. Bit of wheel banging again. Broadstar's coming back at him, and they're still going side by side. And I'll tell you something. This is happening for Dino. 4-second gap now to Dino and Wonton. Dino wants them to keep battling. He wants Broadstar to keep fighting Wonton because it's helping him get away. And this is a very short race, 35%, 6 laps out of 20. Dino is in the driving seat. Nothing has changed in Ferrari. It still stands 2 points to the Williams, but Wonton has got the pace. The question is he going to be targeted again by the Alpines? He did not like that. Cool, he took that very wide. That may be a little bit of a track warning there. George, it's all going on. We've got yellows. And number one Smith is round.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And unfortunately, it does seem to be a little bit of a characteristic of that end of Sector 2. Coming out of that double sort of left-hander, they're trying to put the power down, but there's a bit of camber, a bit of pitch in the track. It sort of drops away from them a little bit. So the car's a little bit unsettled. You don't have the full underfloor grip going on underneath the car's body. And that seems to have caught out a couple of drivers. It's what caught out Roshan literally a couple of laps ago. So Swift and Roshan suffering from the exact same issue, something that Dino so far has been handling very, very well, as well as the rest of the grid. But a pit lane entry now for Watanabe. He wants to get off these medium tyres. He's done the damage to the Alpines and now has unleashed them again out onto track. So that's really good. Now, we have been corrected by Dynasty Sparrow. He says, sorry, he was wrong again. It's actually 1 point for the Williams lead. A position gain for Tudor will make it a draw. A position gain for Spry will give Ferrari the win. So basically what we're saying, if Spry gets anything above P6 and if Tudor gets anything above P8, it's Ferraris. If they're in those positions or below, it's Williams. And critically, we're now in pit stop territory with a lot of drivers jumping onto the hard tyres. This is a critical time in this race.
Yeah, and as we've seen here, Red Bull retiring with 12 drivers needing points. Silly. Don't need it to do it. Could have continued. Doesn't matter if you got damage, you can continue. You're in the points, so you're going to score them points. And now, no points for Red Bull. So, not the way that Red Bull probably want to go for Division 2, but that is the way. We've got 11 drivers left. And, yeah, look good to hear that at the moment. Now, his calculation was P6 and P9. Well, they're now P5 and P8. So, I reckon from that, he is basically saying that the Ferraris will take the win, unfortunately, with this position. But we'll still have to wait and see.
They do, but it's Watanabe that has triggered that because he's come into the pits for the hards for 13 laps. So if we're expecting to see a pit stop by the top now 7, which, again, by the looks of it, we're going to see at least a couple in this flurry of activity, including our race leader, Dido. Broadster's come in, Spry's come in, Ricciardo's come in. So once they get out, Watanabe may be performing a really, really good undercut here. I think he'll find himself out there ahead of these Alpines again, in which case we're back to 6th and 9th.
Yeah, well, there we go. We come Wonton coming down the main straight now. How's he going to get this right? There's Dido. Dido's coming out. Wonton is right behind him. And Dido has played that to perfection as well. He's actually just got him on the corner there. And we do have yellows further up. We're just trying to see who's got the yellows there. Someone had the yellows. I don't know if that was a Ferrari.
I think it was a Ferrari.
It looked like it was a Ferrari. It might have been Spry. No, Spry's come out of the pits and he's gone on to a set of hards as well. I'm just trying to work out what's going on there. It was a bit of a situation, but yeah, 1.6 second gap to Wonton and Dido. And I think if anyone's going to cause Dido problems, it's going to be this man in the green machine there. He has been phenomenal so far. Lap 8 out of 20, and these guys will be going on the hards to the end. The question is, how far is Sebi, Ozzy Minero, and Nitsu going to fall by continuing on those 7 laps, George?
Well, this is the really tricky thing because Watanabe has proven to us right now the undercut is very, very powerful, and he's been overtaking and scrapping as well. So you can imagine if he was in, clean air and running basically with Dido, even a couple of seconds down, he would have been ahead of him at this point. So 1 or 2 laps of delay getting off those medium tires is causing these guys some issues. Tudor, the only Ferrari who started on the hard tires, Spry has come out of the pits now, and look at where he is. He's behind Roadster, he's behind Watanabe. The question is going to be, where does his teammate, where does Zenitsu as well for the Haas actually jump out of the pits? We've got more pit stops coming through. Zenitsu in the pits, Sebi in the pits, Aussie in the pits. So this is the critical one now. We have seen Tudor, of course, stay out, so he'll be on the mediums right at the end of this race as Watanabe sets a fastest lap, and the gap is coming down at a rate of knots. It's now under a second. He's going to pick up that DRS. And I tell you, I do wonder if we can get some calculations done. What happens if Dido doesn't finish in first place and the other guys are in 6th and 9th? This is going to be fascinating, and unfortunately, it looks like Watanabe in the position to be a bit of a kingmaker today. Question is, will he do a Nicholas Latifi, or will he do a Max Verstappen from 2025?
Well, the question is, he's nearly a second quicker than Dido on the track at the moment on 2-lap hards to Dido's 1-lap hard. 34.5 to a 35.7. So Wonton is flying, and I think he is desperately wanting to win this. But I don't know. Will he do the man a favour?
His best track.
Yeah,
did someone say that?
It is. He's
did
voted
someone
for
maybe
it.
say that he likes this place?
Yeah, well, he's voted for it again next season as well. So he definitely does love this track. Question is, Tudor has continued on those hard compound tyres, 5 seconds to Cooper in that P2 at the moment. And as Ferrari, in these positions, they will take the Constructors as it stands. So we'll have to wait and see. Spry in that P8 position, 1.3 seconds behind Osminir. And I'll tell you something, Alpine have not got this right at all. 2.5 tenths to Zenitsu, but then Zenitsu 6 seconds back to Wonton. So even by pitting 1 lap less, they've lost 6 seconds to Wonton and Dido.
Well, and critically, Zenitsu was behind both the Alpines when he came into the pits. So he's undercut them as well and done incredibly well to defend in these early parts where he's going to be on the colder set of tires. Where the others will be on the colder set of tires. This is a really good performance, I think, from Zenitsu. Hats off to him. But as he said, the gap to Watanabe, 6.5 seconds is absolutely outrageous, only 10 laps in. That is the gap to the lead pack right now, and Zenitsu is going to be controlling the rest of them and basically putting the cork in the bottle now for the rest of the grid. It does look like Sebi has caught up to Spry, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue for Spry to be worrying about, because at the moment, if Spry does not get back into the slipstream of Aussie, the Alpines ahead, he is going to be a sitting duck, and that extra position that they need to keep Dido from taking it for Williams is going to be suddenly rapidly disappearing. I get the feeling that Sebi is going to be on a bit of a charge later on this race as well.
Yeah, definitely. It does look like that at the moment. Sebi is really, really getting close to Spry, and he's showing how quick he is. And he can cause a bit of a spanner in the works here. Tudor is going the longest on those set of hards. We saw this earlier, and this happened in Division 4. The guy at the front continued to go. A safety car then came out. He decided to stay on them set of tyres, then go into the pits, and unfortunately he did not get back up into the top 3. Only finished, I'm thinking, P6. This was early on in Division 4. Unfortunately, there's no safety car. Tudor is 5-second gap to Cooper. Dido is 3 seconds to Cooper. So, the Ferrari, they're going to have to pull something out of the bag here. It's looking like Dido could still take the win here. But this is the man that could cause the problem. And he could lose Williams, the Constructors, because he is very, very close to Dido now. Oh, little bit of a tank slap there. And Dido does get away 6.5 tenths to Wonton. But Wonton will be within the DRS. You can see there, ERS management a lot better than Dido. Back to Dido. Dido is bringing in Cooper the pot very, very quickly here. 1.5 seconds. And it's just basically, when does Tudor and Cooper pit? Because they do need to pit. And they're going to have to get onto the set of mediums. But when do they do it? Because the mediums are not a good tyre here. They just don't last. And as we've seen, Russian down there in P11, 43 seconds back after having that spin, is looking likely that he will cement that P11 position, and that will be it. So, question will be now, will Dido and Wonton be able to work together and pull away? But as we've seen here, Wonton's had a bit of a mistake because he's 1.9 seconds behind Dido. So, what's Wonton happened? Or what's happening to those tyres? Has he pushed them too much? We'll have to wait and see.
What's Wonton happened? What has happened to him? We don't
I
know.
like that. That was good, eh?
That was very good. I liked it. Critical moment for Dido, because now with that mistake, he's got the opportunity to get past Cooper very, very quickly. But yes, good luck doing that. Cooper is a very, very tough defender from my recollection in Season 8. That's what made him so difficult to race against. Fair defense at the end of the day, from what I recall. But this is a critical moment for Dido. Not the first time he's had to overtake Cooper the bot. Now, we've seen Tudor come in for his pit stop. That is actually, I reckon, a lap early. He may want to stay out an extra lap to keep those mediums in the window. Dido now potentially making the move around the outside. There's contact between the two. And Cooper has been forced into a time penalty as a result. That is not a good situation for Dido. And unfortunately for Cooper the bot, that has put a time penalty on his board. And the question now is, can Wonton, or whatever we're saying, Watanabe, can he now make up the move? He can immediately, and that is going to be danger territory for Dido.
Yeah, it's a hard one because he's tried to go around the left-hand side and he's clipped the rear of his tyre, which has pushed Cooper bot off. So if Cooper's got his race director, he'll be able to get the 3-second removed. I don't think there'll be anything looked at it by the onboards because no one's spun, a little bit of contact. I know. Wonton is really struggling. I think he may have cooked his tyres in one lap. I'm not sure because he is really sliding that car around. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, unfortunately, Plugger, we'll have to wait and see what the stewards say. I don't know, George, what's your thoughts on that? Would you say that's a pen? Would you say that's wheel-to-wheel racing? Would you say Dido's just trying to get the move done as he knows he's on the older tyres? Or would you say that is a pen coming for Dido?
For me, racing incident is Watanabe is making all the effort he can, but he's finding himself sliding off the track and really disadvantaging himself. For me, it's a racing incident. Dido's got himself easily alongside around the outside line. Now, could he give him a bit more space? Probably yes, but for me it looked like Cooper was just running a little bit on the curb on the apex, and as soon as you're doing that, you know the car's going to be a little bit more bouncy, and especially if you're trying to defend and keep your foot in on the pedal, you're going to find yourself flying up that one. So for me, racing incident, but I'm no steward at the end of the day, so no one send me mean 20 messages. I'm no steward, but from the view that I had, it looked like a racing incident. Hard racing.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, what the onboards say, or if it is an onboard, or if it will be reported as a ticket. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure Cooperbot will definitely get that removed. We're getting too much excitement there. We've also seen Tudor pit and get on to those mediums there, and he's trying to get the move done on Ricardo. We'll have to wait and see. Here we go again. We're coming into the stats. So Tudor will get Ricardo, which means it'll be a draw at this position. So as it stands, Ferrari at the moment in P8 and P6, it will be a draw. So
yeah, and bear in mind, Sebi is chasing down Spry, but yeah, I don't know. Spry may find himself under a bit of attack, so there's potentially a position lost there as well. But if Tudor is going to be this rapid, he will be with those two in a number of laps, probably for an attack in the final couple of laps of this race. So Tudor right now may be the one who's really going to seal the deal here for Ferrari. And this was the clever thing about starting on the hard tyres. You can be in the sort of fray for some time on those hard tyres while people are trying to overtake each other on the mediums. And then you find yourself suddenly with a spaced out field, you're on the faster tyre, you've got clean air ahead of you, you can make an easy overtake. And look at this, he's reeling them in by tenths every single corner.
Yeah, and you can see here what probably the situation is from Ferrari. Spry holding up Sebi, bringing Tudor in because he's on the fresher tyres. Russian getting 3-second time penalty down there in P11. So we'll have to wait and see. Dido is leading the way. I'm not sure. Is this regarding the position that Dido's in at the moment? Because I do believe the way this is going at the moment, Dido is going to win this race. I don't know what's happened to Wonton. Wonton. Wonton's pace is absolutely fantastic, but he is sliding everywhere. So I don't know. He may have cooked those tyres already.
I think he's cooked those tyres. I mean, let's think about the
7
gap that
laps
was
on the
there
hards.
pre-pit time. Yeah, pre-pit time, it was a 3.5, 4-second gap between Wonton and Itsudo, but out of the pits, it was a fantastic undercut. Here goes Sebi, an attempt on the outside line, hasn't worked out. He's trying the cutback. Spry defends the position beautifully, but then unfortunately for him, he's going to lose out again into the final quarter. They're going to be side to side. That's very awkward between these two drivers going hard into this part of the race. Onto lap 15 we go. We're 75% complete now, and the two Ferraris going to be in there. There's going to be an outside line move. Spry going to be attempting the defense, but it's not going to work. Sebi holds the position, but there's a Ferrari on the inside. There's contact between the two. There was no space given there by either driver, and the faster medium tyres going to do Tudor a massive service here on the exit, and he's going to have the inside line to the next braking zone, and that'll probably be a maneuver there to overtake, and Tudor basically gets 2 for 1.
Yeah, Sebi's not giving up though. He's causing a bit of a problem for Ferrari at the moment, making it more and more difficult for Tudor to catch Ozzy Minero with 6.2 seconds with 5 laps to go. This race has really flown by due to a short race as well tonight. So Sebi is going to continue. He's still going to stay with him. The question is ERS management here is not the best between Sebi and Tudor, 25-27 and Spry on 46, and yeah, this will be interesting is to see if Sebi gets the job done on Tudor on those mediums. 6 laps to 3 laps on those mediums. This is going to be the question. I don't know if Tudor is going to be able to get Ozzy Minero by the end of the race. That's going to be the question. As here we go, Tudor coming down the main straight. Sebi, is he going to go for a move? He's run out of lead. Oh, and we've got moves going on behind as well. Machado coming involved in this on Spry now. And if he gets Spry, oh, that will be even worse for Ferrari, and that will probably seal the deal.
That's it, SJ. I mean, if Ricciardo gets the position away from Spry, that is Williams at the moment with the championship. We're being told by Dynasty that Wonton is actually managing at the moment. He's not aiming for P1. He just wants the P2 at the moment. So I completely understand that. If he did cook his tires, it certainly looked like he was going hammer and tong and really giving it everything. And that may well have been a slightly overcooked tire. Ricciardo gets the rear stepping out on him as we head through turn 4 now onto this short straight into the right-hand braking zone. Down the hill we go. There's a sector 1 caution. Yeah, that looks like one of the Racing Bulls potentially. Someone has stopped dead at turn 3 entrance, and it is a Racing Bull. That is Cooper the Bot, unfortunately. So, oh no, driving wrong way.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's what happens when you drive into a wall and try and reverse. I don't know why he's been disqualified there. He was actually reversing straight, so all he needed to do was turn. So 10 drivers remaining, and yeah, and I'm just also going to let you know that Ricciardo is quicker than Spry at the moment. If you look at the fastest laps, 135.719, 135.792. So there you go.
Well, this is it. We've got 2 Aston Martins potentially deciding who wins it. Well, not deciding, but their positions determining who is going to end up winning this. If Wonton does manage to stop saving and then just, overtake Divno, then it changes the whole situation. If Ricciardo ends up overtaking Spry more critically, that means that they are 1 position away. So as much as this is on Tudor, and what Tudor's done the last couple of laps has been fantastic, and Sebi is not letting him go at all. So either the Racing Bull of Sebi or Ricciardo and the Aston Martin are going to determine Ferrari's fate in the team's title in Division 2.
Yeah, definitely. And the question will be as well, is that extra point. Who is that extra point going to go to? 10 drivers and the opportunity there, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how it's going to go to at the moment. But Alpine in a very good position. P4 and P5 putting the pressure on Zenitsu. Zenitsu having a great race, and also his last race as well. So sad to see him go, and hopefully he will be back. Hopefully we'll have to wait and see what the future holds. But Zenitsu doing a great job for Haas. Only their last car on the grid. Let's look at this situation between Ferrari at the moment. This is the big one to look at. Sebi has not let go of Tudor. Ricciardo has not let go of Spry. 17 laps out of 20, and we are coming to the situation of driver of the day with yeah, about 4 laps to go. So George, who is your driver of the day? I'm first Going to give mine to Wonton. I think where he was to where he is now, fantastic.
Yeah, I think very good honourable mention on my side for Wonton. Zenetsu for me.
Zenetsu.
Great run there, and the strategy in the pit lane I think was a very, very effective one. Got himself ahead of the Alpines, and he's managed that. He's been tailed by them all race long. Sebi going for the move now on Spry, but Spry's going to have the inside line into the final corner. It'll be an overspeed though, and an undercut potentially for Sebi. Yeah, he's got that, but they'll be side by side into turn 1, assuming nothing goes wrong. They're going to go into turn 1 with Sebi just ahead, but he'll have to watch out because there may be a lunge. No, there's not. Unfortunately for Tudor, nothing he can do in that situation. Sebi goes through, and this is one that we're not 100% sure on, but I think this means that it's now Williams' game in the team's title. Great move by Sebi to pick up P6 there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just putting my vote in. There you go. Driver of the day is in. So done and dusted. Dynasty, if you could let us know again what the go is. Ferrari on P7 and P8. Williams are in P1. I will be able to find out. Ooh,
is imminent.
There we go. More drama. I don't think it's going to come. Oh, hang on. Are we going to see it in time or not? Oh, I don't know if we're seeing anything. Something's happened here. Someone's gone in yellows. Someone's got yellows.
Roshan.
10 minutes away.
It was Roshan was around briefly.
Rain's gonna be I think he's gonna go on the inters or he's gonna retire. I don't know why you would retire. You're in P10, get the points. Let Mercedes. What are you gonna do? Russian. Could be going for the inters or the softs. No, soft. He's going for the fastest lap. He's gonna take the last point, which that's to Wonton at the moment.
Tudor.
He's got him
going for it.
Ricardo, he's not going for the move yet. If Ferrari finish P6 and P8, it's a draw. Ooh! P6 and P8,
P7,
it's a draw.
P8.
P6 and P8.
Yeah. It's a draw right now.
It's a draw.
Sebi could be a kingmaker today. He's the one attacking. Here we go.
They've got no ERS. They are running on fumes.
That's the same.
And it's now Williams.
Same as last lap.
It's now Williams in front by 1 point. Sebi needs to hold on to this. Ricciardo could really cause a problem tonight for Ferrari, and they could lose the constructors of how things are gone. Ricciardo is right behind Spry. Has he got any faster? Is he the quicker car? Yes, he is, but he still can't get past him. He has got a lot better ERS as well, but at the moment, Ferrari are losing it. I'm going to take this lap, and I'll take the last one for the finale of Division 2. Back to you, George.
Fantastic. Sebi, what an absolute race he's having. He may not even know the implications of him getting the maneuver. He's out there overtaking. He's out there being a racing driver for Racing Bulls right now. And the P6 he's picked up has ramifications well past the race for the team's title for Racing Bulls, and has massive implications on the team's title today. Dido still 3.3 seconds in the lead at the moment. Wonton going to be managing all the way to the end at the moment. Zenitsu still under pressure from Broadster and Aussie, but no maneuvers done yet by the Alpines to try and claw that back. DRS wing opening on Tudor's car, and this is going to be a critical moment into the braking zone of the final couple of corners. Looks like a little bit of a wide run, but Sebi handles it beautifully. 2 laps in a row, he was side-by-side. Ricciardo also going to be side-by-side with Spry. It's falling away from the Ferraris at a rapid rate of knots, and unfortunately for them, they may end up being P7 and P9, guaranteed to give Williams a win, regardless of the fastest lap and who holds it. This is absolutely brilliant stuff, SJ. I'm absolutely stoked. I almost want the last lap as well, but it's over to you.
Oh, here we go. It's all about the Ferrari and Sebi and Ricciardo. Dido is going to win this race hands down, 3 seconds clear of Wonton. He has controlled it. The question is, will Broadstar take that podium away from Zenitsu, or will Ozzy Minero take it away from his teammate? Will we have some shenanigans, some team shenanigans? We've seen the 2 McLarens come together in Coda in real life. Are we going to see it tonight? It doesn't look like it. Who's going to have bragging rights? Oh, someone's gone round! Ozzy Minero has completely lost it, and that's drama here at I forgot what the bloody track's called.
China.
And look at this.
Has got implications.
This is going to be massive.
This has got implications.
Because Sebi is going to get the DRS off the back of Ozzy Minero. So this could help out massively. Back onto Ricciardo. This is absolutely scenes here. Alpine could have just handed a massive opportunity for Williams to win the Constructors. Here we go. Dino comes across the line, wins the Grand Prix. Russian gets the fastest lap. It's all about Sebi. Sebi doesn't go for the move. He stays behind. Oh, Tudor hits the back of Sebi. He goes for the move.
Oh.
Tudor has to go for the move. Unless it's all over. It is all over. Can Ricciardo get the Ferrari? No, he can't. And look at that. Williams are your Constructors Championship. I cannot wait to interview the man, the myth, the Williams TP. George, I cannot believe it. It was Williams, it was Ferrari. It was Williams, it was Ferrari. We forgot about actually the race and who won the race. And we were too more concerned on Constructors. What a race from Sebi. What a race from Ricciardo. And Ozzy Mineiro has just saved Williams from winning the Constructors. If he didn't lose the spin, Tudor would have got Sebi with the DRS. Seen in Shanghai.
Correct. The DRS there for Sebi was a massive win. There would have been a absolutely huge lunge, I'm sure, from Tudor. He's still on the faster tyre at the end of the race, and he would have found an opportunity somewhere, and it would have been Sebi under pressure, would have been his chance to make a mistake and let Tudor through. That would have been the Constructors' Championship for Ferrari. You love to see it at this end of a season when it's coming down to the last corners. And this is the second time I've been here for a finale that has come down this close for a team's title. It's been absolutely brilliant. Massive congratulations to Dino. If he didn't get that good breakaway at the start and to get ahead of Roshan, I should say, in turn one, that was the critical moment in this race. Roshan didn't get a good start. He was on the outside line. It was critical for him to sweep in around that outside line and secure first place by taking the inside line at turn 3. He wasn't able to do it, and that meant Dino was right there in the box seat all race long.
Definitely, and the driver of the day has gone to a tie. So, George, I'll let you do the honours. It was Zenitsu or Wonton. So, yeah, I'll let you do the honours. Who you think driver of the day is?
Well, I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to go with Zenitsu for this one because I voted for him originally. I think it was a really, really good move. The strategy call there was absolutely excellent. Complete honourable mention to Wonton, though. Up a huge amount of positions on the grid, but didn't have the overall pace. But I think for me it was Zenitsu. That pit strategy was excellent, and then holding off the Alpines for so long at the end of this race on those hard tyres was a very, very good thing for him, and third place as well. So great stuff. Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. And the cleanest driver, it makes it 10 times worse for Ferrari as well. Goes to Sebi. There you go. That definitely puts the nail in the coffin, and we're just going to wait for these guys to jump into the comms box. George,
I'll say shout out here for Sebi as well, because massive honourable mention there for that driving. It's not because he was there essentially making these overtakes to decide a title. It was just that he was driving incredibly well. He was facing a driver who was running long on the medium tyres ahead of him that clearly had the pace. I mean, Tudor was rapid out on track, but Sebi held on to him for those final 5 or 6 laps, held on to him, started to force small mistakes maybe, but made the overtake critically and was constantly side by side with them going into that final corner, which is really not that easy to do. A lot of trust showed between those drivers, and I respect that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic night for Sebi, and he definitely has done a fantastic job in taking over from TMT running VCARB, and definitely improved in this season as well compared to last season. So a big mention. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Right, well, let's jump on board. We're going to get some interviews in a second. I'm really hoping we can get Zenitsu in here. It'd be really good to hear what he's got to say. If you could join. But while we're waiting on Dido to jump in, give us a summary of tonight.
How do I summarize that? Let's just see. It's not going to be a one-word summary. It's not going to be a two-word summary. It might be a little bit of a paragraph here, and I've kind of already started off by turning this into a multi-sentence paragraph. My summary of this race was critical moments, and I think there's a couple of critical moments that happen. I've already mentioned them a couple of times here, but the start. The start was absolutely critical. And that start was Dido getting a good run off the line. He had the advantage. I always say this, this track here, second place really does have an advantage. If they can get off the line, they've got turn one essentially locked up. And if they've got enough momentum through there and they manage those tires correctly and keep the grip down, generally speaking, they've got less distance to make into turn three. Critical moment there. Then Wonton and what he was doing in amongst the field. He was shaking things up. He was right at the back of the field. He started making those overtakes, put Ferrari on the back foot immediately in this race, unfortunately, as did the Alpines. They're sitting there essentially bottlenecking the rest of the field, driving quickly and not letting anyone past. They had an incredible defense, and then that double maneuver by Wonton started to shake things up in this race. Looking further on, once we got to those pit stops, and we didn't know what the effect of having two-door on those hard tires was going to be. He comes out of the pits, he's absolutely rapid, switches positions. We're P6, P8 with Ferrari all the way towards the end, draw territory for the Constructors title. But then you bring in Sebi, you bring in Ricciardo, the pressure's ramping up. And at the end of the day, the Ferraris, they didn't finish in the positions they needed to. One switch here or there, anywhere in the field, including Dido, and it would have been a totally different race at China for the final of Division 2.
Yeah, and I just want to say as well on that note, 369 to Williams, 367 to Ferrari. I think it's been one of the closest battles we've had in Constructors for a long period of time. It doesn't look like, unfortunately, hopefully we can. Zenitsu is going to join. He doesn't speak good English anyway, but I do want to get him in because I know he is leaving us, and I want to say big congratulations. But yes, you are right. 100% there, George, on that. It was critical for the start of that race. And if you're looking at that race from another point of view, you would have probably said that Wonton was going to be the one to watch out for. He showed so much speed and pace, but then you was just starting to see some errors, and he kept losing the rear. And I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if the setup was not on point. And then we obviously heard from the engineer he was managing his tyres. That means it was Dido's to win. And Dido knew what he needed to do anyway. But we'll jump on with Zenitsu. I'll take it away first. Zenitsu, I know this is your last race with us. It's a shame. You're always welcome back. But what a way to go out. P3 and drive of the day, mate. What a night.
Yeah, I still can't believe that this I can get the driver of the day. But yeah, I can try to manage the tire, the pace, cause you know the broadster is catching me so quick. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the result today.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for you, mate. Obviously, it was a tie, and then George gave you driver of the day. You haven't. It's been an interesting season for yourself. How have you found it with the closing stages of now heading away and going on to do other things? Like, how have you found the season yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not quite a good season for me. As at some race, I got unfortunate things. I got DNF and pretty bad result. But yeah, at least I can close the season pretty good because at least I got the podium for the first time. Hope it's not the last time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just I'm looking at that now. If we just refresh that, yeah, first podium of the season, finishing in 17th. Only done let's have a look how many races have you done? Done 9 races, and obviously not as many as many as the others. But with a performance like that, you could have probably been one to watch out for. What's the plan for you moving forward now?
I'm going to take a hiatus, I think, for the next season. And yeah, we'll see for the season 11, I guess. If it's getting better for me, I think I'll join your league
Awesome.
again.
Well, always an opportunity for seat, mate, whenever you want. So you feel more than welcome to stay in. But if you want to take a little bit of a break, then yeah, that by all means, fair enough. But I just want to say congratulations. Thank you for participating, and what a way to go out. And good luck with all your future endeavours of what you decide to do next. And I'll pass you over to George.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was hoping I'd get at least one question in for Zenitsu. Congratulations, mate. Yeah, I mean, I was the one that selected you for driver of the day. I want to explain to you why. It was the pit stop you did, then getting ahead of the Alpines and staying ahead of them. So I'd love to understand from your perspective, what was it like out there? What was the key thing today? Was it the pit stop? Was it an undercut? Was it an overcut? And how did you find defending against those two very fast drivers behind you all race long?
I think I just think I won't going to pit under the lap 8, so I guess I still can manage the tire. And yeah, I think overcut still quite good enough here. So since the Broadstar going in lap just before me, I try to decided to go afterwards, so I can try to catch him, because I believe the overcut is pretty overpowered here. So yeah, I
Excellent.
think that's the key of my winning podium today.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, we saw some undercuts working really, really well. In a way, I'm a little bit surprised. I think when we were seeing it on track, I was saying, "Oh, look at this undercut that Zanetsu's done," but actually it was an overcut. So well done on that. Congratulations. I won't keep you too long, mate, but I'm going to ask every single driver this. What's your prediction for the Dubai Grand Prix tonight? Max Verstappen, Norris, or Piastri?
I hope Lando, I guess.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Some will agree, some will disagree. No, thank you so much, Zenetsu. Really appreciate that. Congratulations on your P3 and
Yeah,
driver
thank
of
you,
the day.
mate. Thank you, mate. Thanks a lot.
Okay, right. I'll let you take this one away, because I always need. I was doing it today earlier, and I do apologise. I don't mean to take everyone's questions. You can just read mine.
It's okay.
Over
That's
to
all
Wonton.
good. We'll get you into a Marvel movie at some point. Wonton, congratulations, mate, on P2. There's a couple of obvious questions, but the first one is that start and how many cars you were overtaking. We know you like China, or I've been told that you like China quite a lot. That much is clear. Cutting through the field like that must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, mate, it was pretty good. I love this track. It's been my favorite track probably since F1 2021, I would say. That's probably when I started to really like it. It's just, I don't know. In my honest opinion, it looks like a 2-year-old just took a crown and tried to draw a track, but for some reason it works really well. It's just such a good track. I was towards the end of the race. I don't know why my engineer was telling me rain was imminent for the last like 3 laps. So I was really excited to get some rain, but yeah, that never came.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, I think
overall.
we were about 10 minutes or so away from the rain at the end. Unfortunately, when I saw that prediction, from Dynasty and chat, I was also really hoping for rain, because there's nothing quite like changing conditions to mix up, especially when there's a championship fight involved. So, as you were charging up to the back of Dido's rear wing, what were you thinking at that point? Was there some management that you needed to do? Were you pushing, because you took that gap from about 3.5 seconds to 1?
Yeah, it was. I was very thankful it was reduced to a 35, because I would have struggled in the 50%. My tire wear was not good. It was really bad. I knew my tires would go quite quickly, so it was just get the most out of them early while you can, and then focus on the managing later on. It was weird. Like some laps it felt pretty good, and then other laps it was terrible. Like would try to get the power down and the traction wouldn't come to me. I was sliding around everywhere, but
Yeah, it was
yeah.
pretty daredevil stuff out there, that is for sure. I mean, it was very spectacular. It was great to watch. You were clearly pushing the car to its absolute limits, and the rear didn't want to have any part of it whatsoever. I believe that bags you the 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship as well in Div 2, so an extra congratulations on that. And I'll hand you over to SJ, who I'm sure has got some questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, George. I still got questions to ask, mate. I've always got something to say.
He's always got something to say.
I know. Wonton, I probably know you, talking to you a lot, taking on the role of the head steward, taking on the TP, taking on a new role next season as well. This is probably the track that you wanted to win the most out of anything. But please, did you have skates on your tyres, man? Because you were pulling that car around and the rear was just stepping out every time. And you were absolutely flying when you got onto the hards. But did you cook the tyres too much?
Yeah. Like, my tire
How
wear
do
is
you do that in
not
2
good.
to 3 laps?
I don't know. I think tire wear's always been a struggle. Like if I look back throughout the season, I reckon I've gotten maybe I'd go on a limb and say I probably got 5 punctures across the entire season. I remember I got 2 at Qatar, and then my most recent one was at Australia. So yeah, I'm always scared that I'm gonna get another puncture. So yeah, push early at the start, then just manage and hope it doesn't pop.
Yeah, well, as always, mate, absolutely a fantastic race for you. And obviously Dynasty again, obviously engineering. And I think you could probably say that could be overalls done and dusted in 2 races. How do you feel? Do you feel confident that it's done? You're very strong in Division 3. 20 points in Division 2, 25 in Division 4. No McLaren, unfortunately, in that race tonight either. So I think it's signed, sealed, and delivered, mate.
Hopefully, I'll never celebrate too early because who knows what could happen. Yeah, look, I was getting a bit worried in a couple of the recent rounds, but yeah, obviously been managing pretty well. But I think I got the gap to a good spot now. Just as long as everyone else just does what they've done the entire season, show up, finish the race, we'll be right. I'm confident, but let's not celebrate too early.
Well, I would be very confident because I would believe that you've signed, sealed, and delivered that from those 2 performances. And yeah, I think fantastic. I think you just had a fantastic season. Are you looking forward to the chance now? You've been there before, and you're going back there, Division 1. Like, how are you feeling going up against the likes of Fat Cat, Jono, Chandler's, and obviously a few others as well? Are you looking forward to that opportunity? Because you've done it before, and you're going there again. So how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm not excited. I mean, I've said it a few times, but I'm making the change to wheels, so my pace is obviously going to drop, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I pick it up quickly and I can be battling at the top. Hopefully I'm not at the back every race, but we'll see what happens.
Well, Wonton, you have done fantastic, mate, and I congratulate you on P2. Unfortunately, it's a shame you didn't win the race as much as you love China, and you voted it again for next season, which is on the calendar. So you'll have an opportunity to win it next season.
Here's hoping.
And before you go, Norris, Piastri, or Verstappen?
Yeah.
If something bad happens to Lando, I'll be happy. That's all I want to happen.
We've got 1 for Lando and 1 against Lando. Thanks, Wonton.
All right, thanks, guys.
No worries. Okay, right. I'm going to try and not swear on stream here, George, because I am absolutely over the moon with this guy. This guy, honestly, if you would have seen the start of the season, I really want to swear. I'm trying not to swear. You would
You
have.
can always hand me the microphone so you can take a couple of large, deep breaths, SJ.
I'm trying not to because it's so difficult not to swear. I cannot wait to interview this person. But I just want to talk about it. Right at the start of the season, you would no way have thought that Williams were going to be in this position or even in a top two. His teammate. They took each other out in Jeddah. They had problems. Everyone in the whole server created this Williams meme. This was Williams this, Williams this. Well, those guys can eat their words and they can stare at a brick wall and look at themselves because nothing's going to come back. Because Dino, mate, you have just won the Constructors for Division 2. You must be bloody over the moon. Tell us how you feel, mate.
Oh, mate, yeah, I honestly pretty speechless, man. And I really did not expect that. Coming into the tonight, obviously, one driver on the grid was not ideal with 12 overall, so it was looking pretty grim, mate. And yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless, man. It's been it's been a pretty hectic season. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to say, really, other than that. First of all.
I think you should let rip, mate. You've been absolutely like as a director, and you've been with Rush for a long time. You're so underrated as well. And I'm not just saying this because you're my TP. I'm not saying this because you're my mate. I'm not saying this just because you're a director. You are so underrated. It's just unbelievable. The start that you had. I'm just going to bring up some stats. I am going to let you talk, George, don't worry. I'm just trying to work out how many DNFs you've had. Do you know how many DNFs you've had this season? I'm just trying to do some stats. Hang on, let's have a look. Let me get some stats up. Just hold fire, please, caller. I'm just waiting. Come on, computer, bloody load. Right, here we go. Some stats. Dido, DNFs. You've had one DNF. You couldn't believe it. You've had one DNF all season. And that was Jeddah. I think it was Jeddah. No, yeah, it was Jeddah. No.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was Jeddah.
Yes.
One DNF from Jeddah. You've gone from 8, 15, 21 in Singapore. Mexico, 7, 17 in Baku, 6 in Monza. Netherlands, 9. Brazil, nothing. Silverstone, 32 maximum points there. Monza, I think that might be Monza again, or Imola, I'm not sure. Abu Dhabi, 18. I don't know what, I think it's Coda, 22. Austria, 13. 20 in Australia. 17 in Spain. 20 in Canada. 25 in China. Like, you've got 2 P1s, 3 P2s, and 4 P3s. 18 races, you've done the whole calendar, 3 driver of the days, absolute fantastic, mate. I am over the moon for you. You've got to say something else. You've got to say to all your haters, all the people that have destroyed. You've got to say something, mate, because you have been ridiculed. The Williams meme, everything. Like, tell them how you feel, man. Honestly, lay it on the line.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was pretty, like I said, it was pretty grim start to the start, mate. Obviously, double DNF, and there was a lot of hate. Unfortunately, a lot of people. I wish I could tag a lot of people in the stream right now, for sure. Especially a lot of people that wrote me off in particular. And then obviously I lost the teammates, tried to replace them, lost another teammate, lost another one. So it was a rocky season, obviously in Div 2. Plus, a lot of people unfortunately did, have made it very unenjoyable. But what was more enjoyable was this sort of annoying them. Like you could see the hate sort of dwindled off the more I did better. So it was it was kind of funny. And hats off to Ferrari, Oblivion, and Tudor. That's probably where I'd stop. But everyone else, there was unfortunately some negativity there, even before this race. And it is what it is. Like, you don't need a reply. I got the championship. They didn't. So hats off to Ferrari, those names in particular. But yeah, like I said, people have made it unenjoyable, man. And moving into next season, hopefully that's squashed. But I mean, what else can you say? Like this would annoy them more than me going on a rampage about it. But yeah, I would love to have all the stuff from the start. It was pretty grim. I think 30 something points at the start overall out of 6 divisions Williams had. I couldn't blame the amount of crap that we got. It was pretty insane. And then obviously we started going up in the overalls step by step. Now all of a sudden we're in P5, maybe a chance of P4. Coming into tonight, man, obviously I hate China. I absolutely despise it. When I couldn't get a reserve, I was pretty gutted because it's been pretty much the story all season, trying to fill seats, having people not show up and stuff in Div 2 and, drop their seat. And it was a shame. But coming in, we got into P1 at the start and, the whole time my focus, I just kept looking at where Ferrari were and things started to happen. And towards the end, I actually didn't think the Constructors were still on the line until about 2 laps or 3 laps to go when, my engineer was like, yeah, Sebi told them off. He can, if you finish where you are, that's the Constructors. And that's when it really set in stone, man. And yeah, a bit speechless. But like I said, mate, I could have reacted. I could have called it quits at the start. It would have been a lot easier. It would have made a lot of people happier. But unfortunately, I didn't. One step off the drivers, unfortunately, but Oblivion, just hats off to him. It will do. Unfortunately, not racing next season. I think he's traveling or something, but yeah, he well deserved championship. But just to be P2, mate, yeah, it makes me happy and a lot of people mad, which is the best situation, really.
And I think that it shows the decency and what people are really like, with Oblivion congratulating you as well. Oblivion was a fantastic driver. It was obviously mentioned quite a few times about moving up. He won it. Want yourself and Wonton, you took it to him. We cannot forget Broadstar. Broadstar has had a fantastic season as well. Probably a little bit unfortunate, but we're not talking about a championship here. We're talking about Constructors. You've won quite a few of them. You've done it with Finns. I think you've done it with maybe a Plugger and Lamb as well. So you've won quite a few of these. Is the overalls calling you next season?
Oh, I'd love to say yes, mate. That's always, the end goal. I'd love to for Williams, just because of how many times I've done an STP. I've been close a few times, P3s and stuff, but I really just need to look at where I went wrong in this season, and I think that was obviously probably Div 1. I spent half my season reserving up, and obviously I'm not the fastest in that caliber, so we lost a lot of points in there, and obviously the whole season we're playing catch up, like I stated. If you go back to round 1 in the ovals, I think we're on like 30 points in 6 divisions, which is usually you score that in one race between 2 drivers. So we were really in a bad spot, mate, and I knew straight away there that winning the overalls was a big like off chance. But to get P5, man, like like I said, I wish I saved a lot of messages. There was one in particular that legit stated this would never ever happen, and it did. So I hope people remember that. And at the end of the day, it's done now. I can move on to next season and try and go into Div 1 and see how I go, man. Had some fun. Thanks to Fast Guys. See if I can, I don't know, maybe find that extra couple, like, 5, 6, 10, where I'm missing from them, because it's a big step, towards Jono and Fat Cat and all that. These guys are just so fast. I've got a lot of work to do. But, yeah, happy to have a rest now.
Yeah, well, I think you've deserved it, mate. And like they say, Oblivion's congratulating you. Fantastic. And congratulations. And you are the Constructors champion for Division 2. I think the one thing is, as well, I don't even know who you need to give it to, because I don't think you have a teammate in Division 2. So it's just you, unfortunately. I think that's the case, isn't it?
Yeah, my teammate. Unfortunately, called it quits with a couple of rounds to go. So, he missed out on the Constructors. So it is what it is, man. I'll take it by myself. But there's still some names I would think along the way, like Quasey, at the start of the season, did a massive job as well. and obviously, Sick Party reserving up when he could really helped me out. It was a hard slog, man, but we got there, and like the constructors kind of means a bit more to me than the the drivers standings this season, because just been a mismatch of teammates all season, and to be even near the fighting Ferrari with the likes of Oblivion all season, pretty much carried that team by himself, and he's done incredible. But unfortunately, we just were just a little too much better tonight. But I'll take it, mate.
Yeah, well, congratulations, mate. Well done. And I'll pass you over to George and celebrate it and with the team and everyone. Well deserved, mate. Over to you, George.
Thanks, mate.
What am I supposed to say after that? I don't think, Dito, there's any other question I can possibly ask you there. Congratulations from myself to you, to the Williams team overall. From what I saw in this one race of the season, I caught a glimpse at the end of what's been a very special season for you in a lot of ways. I will leave you with one question, and some of you might know what this question is. Max Verstappen, Norris, or Piastri?
Oh, it's got to be Oscar, mate. Like, Max has had enough. He can sit and go and race the Le Mans.
I'll take that championship back now.
So he can just pick the crew.
Give
Realistically,
it to Ferrari.
Answer.
Give it to Ferrari.
Realistically. No, you get out of this conversation, SJ. Absolutely, Dito. Absolutely spot on, mate.
He's
excellent. That's the answer I've been looking for all night long.
Absolute McLaren bias.
Hats off to Oscar if he does it. But yeah, Lando's, it would be his championship to lose at this stage. But like, I don't know, him and Max starting on the front row. Who knows, mate? Who knows? Could have gone there. If it was China, it would have been a different story. I'd be a lot more confident in Oscar winning. But I pray that he sails through and they crash.
Absolutely. Dito, congratulations from myself, mate. Well done.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the comms.
All right. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Division 2 is done and dusted. Division 1 is done and dusted. Division 4 is done and dusted. And Division 2 is done and dusted. Division 5 continues tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. AEDT. Do not want to miss it. Obviously, Bragging Riot's probably up for grabs there. I think Mercedes have taken the Constructors. I think. It could be another one that goes to the wire. And then we've got Division 6 on Tuesday, who have definitely won the Constructors, and the championship is signed, sealed, and delivered. And then you've got Division 3 as well. So all Constructors are finished. I think it's just Division 5. George, what a way to finish, and what a way to finish with you in the comms box for Division 2.
Always a pleasure. I love seeing the racing at Rush Racing, and it gets really exciting, especially at the end of a season where literally anything can happen. In this case, we had 3 drivers contending for it to pull a team's title together. The 2 Ferraris not able to bring it together today, and Dito took that win convincingly today. A real statement from the TO and, of course, for the Williams camp in general. Always a pleasure to be here in the comms box with you, SJ. Thank you to everyone who's been talking in chat as well. Thank you to the drivers and teams. Well done to you all. Congratulations from this side, and may see you back in 2026 at some point.
Thank you very much, George. And I just want to say as well, a massive thank you to everyone, all Division 2 drivers, all Division 2 reserves, and also Division 3 full-timers and reserves as well. Been a massive privilege. This season has been a spectacle in Division 2. It's been so competitive, and it's finally over. It's probably been one of the best divisions for a long, long time. In Rush as well. So I really do appreciate it. Congratulations to Oblivion as well. Well deserved. Look forward to hearing what he's got to say at awards night. Hopefully he'll be there. And a massive thanks to my TP as well, Dito. Well deserved as well. And all you guys that tuned in as well and watched a good spectacle. Yes, we probably can really concentrate on P1 and P2. It was mainly P6 and P7, which is unusual. But there was Constructors on as well. And signs it off. And I will be on grid tomorrow night, so you'll be joined in the comms box. I'm just going to let you know who that is, and then I'm going to ask George his question of what he wants who he thinks going to win, as it is. Everyone's probably going to get ready, getting the beers in, the drinks, the crisps, the snacks for the big showdown tonight. But let's have a look. Oh, yeah. So Rekus and Liam will be commentating Division 5. And myself and Real Husam will be commentating Division 6. And Nishka will be commentating with a new commentator in Division 3. But, George, as always, thank you very much for your support. And over to you. Who do you think is going to take the finale? Max, Lando, or Piastri?
Okay.
Or other?
Touche, firing that question back at me. Totally deserve it. All right, here's my take. I want, personally, Oscar Piastri to win this. But I really do think Lando's got the best shot here. He needs to finish in the top 3. So even if he lets 2 cars past and then just hangs in P3, he's a safe man. That's my thoughts. And SJ, hate to say it, mate, but as the boomerang flies, it's coming back to you again. Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, or Oscar Piastri, what are your thoughts?
Or other?
Other. Carlos Sainz, why not?
No, I think Lance Stroll has been so fast and quick. Do you know what I really want to see? Because come on, continue.
He hasn't licked as many windows as this year as he has in previous years.
Oh, mate, I don't have R-rated on my streams, unfortunately, for that man. But no, I love Max Verstappen. I think Max Verstappen is a phenomenal driver. I think he has got Abu Dhabi signed, sealed, and delivered. I do believe Lando Norris has just got that edge, that 12-point gap. And at the moment, he's second going into the start of this race. Piastri's behind him, but I would love to see Piastri just goes past and just slightly, doesn't mean to, but just taps and Lando just spins around and goes into a wall. That would be amazing. I'd love to see it. I can't stand him.
I'm all for the drama.
I would love to see deja vu last season, Max and Piastri, but Lando and Piastri or Lando and Leclerc or something like that. That would just be epic. I don't think you are. I think Max is very good. I think he knows what he's got to do. He knows that it's a tall ask, that car is so fast in McLaren. We know that. But right. I just don't like the arrogance of Lando. I really don't. And honestly, if McLaren don't win it, I'm a big Arsenal fan. I'm going to say this on stream. We bottled the Premier League 2 years in a row, right? This will be the biggest bottle in sports history if McLaren do not clinch his championship.
Yes.
They were 144 points. Max was behind Lando. He's now 12. Make that sink in, McLaren. Yeah. You know what you've got to do. There's no strategies that have gone out. I've been talking about this today earlier before we wrap this up. There's no strategies that have gone out. Lando's kept it very quiet. Piastri's kept it very quiet. I think they're going to go for it. And I think Piastri, I think I would love to see it. Just a little tight spin, and we see Lando spin around. And then Lance Stroll just spits him.
Then just spins it right in front of the both of them.
I'll be drinking. I'll be watching it with yourself in the next 3 for a couple of hours. But as always, thank you very much for Division 2. It's been a spectacle. It's been great. It was great to have George back for the finale. It well deserved. Well done to Dida. Well done to Oblivion. Guys, have a great break. You've enjoyed it. You've been absolutely fantastic. We hope to see you all back for next season as well. Remember, Season 10 sign-ups are still available. They finish for full-time drivers at the end of the Division 3 race. So if you are a Season 10 driver with the role, then you've signed up. If you don't have Season 10, then you haven't signed up. And if you want to be full-time, you want to be eligible for the draft, which I'm sure me and George will be doing again. I haven't asked him yet. But you will have to be eligible. You have to sign up. If not, you will be a reserve driver and you will not be eligible. You have until Wednesday at the end of Division 3 to sign up as a full-time driver. If you have, all the best. Good luck. We've got awards night, so we'll probably see some of you on awards night. We'll be interviewing the winners from Division 2 and the Constructors Championship, which will be Dido. So good luck for that. See you then. Take care. Thank you very much to all the sponsors, AI369, Paglium, SimLab, and SRC. And if I've missed anyone, I do apologise. And thank you very much, George, as always. And a big shout out before we go, as I always do. Dido is the new world champion, Constructors Williams Division 2. Will he do it again next season in Division 1? Or will he be going for the overalls? Good night and enjoy Abu Dhabi finale.